All right, everybody, welcome back. We are ready for another deep dive. And today, we're heading all the way back to ancient Greece.
Ooh, ancient Greece.
Yeah, but get this, we're not talking about the stuff everybody already knows.
Okay.
Like we're going beyond togas
Right.
and temples and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to explore how the ancient Greeks viewed personal development and how they actually went about it.
Okay.
And you might be surprised to learn that it all started in a place called the Palaestra.
The Palaestra.
Yeah, so when we think of the ancient Greece, we think of philosophers.
Yeah.
We think of academics.
Socrates, Plato, Aristotle.
Exactly. But to them, to the ancient Greeks, personal development wasn't just about reading a bunch of books. It was really about cultivating a balance between mental and physical.
That's interesting.
So tell me a little bit more about these palaestrae.
Okay.
Our sources describe them as public spaces.
Okay.
They were used by all Greek citizens.
Yeah.
Were they kind of like the ancient Greek equivalent of a gym?
Well, they were more than just gyms,
Uh.
although physical training was definitely a key part.
Yeah.
The Palaestra was a place where citizens could train their bodies and their minds
Okay.
while also engaging in social and intellectual pursuits. So think of it as like a community center that was designed to really foster well-rounded individuals.
Okay, so I'm trying to picture this in my mind.
Yeah.
So are we talking were philosophers actually giving lectures while people were doing their workouts?
Yeah.
Like what kind of intellectual activities were actually happening there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just imagine a lively space
Okay.
with athletes training, doing things like wrestling, boxing, running,
Yeah.
all while philosophers like Socrates are just engaging in these debates
Ah.
about ethics and politics, right?
Yeah.
You might even overhear discussions about poetry, music, or even math.
That's wild.
So the Palaestra was like a melting pot of physical and intellectual energy.
So it seems like the ancient Greeks, they really understood the importance of a holistic approach.
Yeah.
Like they recognized that physical and mental well-being are deeply interconnected.
Precisely. For the ancient Greeks, physical and mental development were just two sides of the same coin. They really believed that a strong body supported a strong mind.
Yeah.
And that if you neglected either of those aspects, it would lead to an imbalance in a person.
It makes you wonder, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have we kind of lost sight of this whole holistic approach
Yeah.
in our modern world?
I think so.
Yeah.
We tend to compartmentalize things.
Yeah.
Work, fitness, social life.
It's
Those are all separate boxes on our schedule.
Yeah, totally separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we go to the gym.
Yeah.
But how often do we actually have,
Yeah.
deep philosophical conversations in the gym?
That's true.
Or, are engaging with our community in that way
Right.
while we're working out.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting observation. And I think there's truth to that.
Yeah.
While the modern gym, it might help us stay physically fit, it
Yeah.
very rarely serves as a space for intellectual and social engagement
Yeah.
in the same way that the Palaestra did.
Right.
So perhaps we can learn from this ancient model and find ways to kind of integrate those different aspects of our lives more fully.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be thinking about next time we hit the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea of getting a good workout in.
Right.
And then just diving into a really lively discussion about,
About philosophy.
philosophy or
Yeah.
ethics.
Yeah,
It's definitely food for thought.
it is.
Yeah, so we might not have palaestrae in the modern world,
Right.
but that underlying principle of, seeking balance
Yeah.
and striving for excellence in all areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we can all aspire to.
Yeah. I think that's a really great takeaway.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Palaestra is its emphasis on the pursuit of excellence.
Okay.
And for the ancient Greeks, this wasn't limited to just athletic achievement. It encompassed every aspect of life.
Wow.
Intellectual, moral, social. They believed in constantly striving for perfection
Yeah.
in everything they did.
Wow. So while the modern gym may not be a direct replica of the Palaestra,
Right.
that underlying idea that physical and mental well-being are fundamentally interconnected,
Yeah.
that's more relevant than ever, I think.
It is.
And it raises an interesting question for us all.
Yeah.
How can we incorporate this holistic approach into our own lives? How can we cultivate both our physical and mental strength?
Yeah.
Just as the ancient Greeks strived to do in the Palaestra.
That's a great question.
Yeah, what a great point to ponder.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of the Palaestra.
Of course.
Definitely give me a fresh perspective on the ancient Greeks. And a few things to think about for my own life.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll see everybody next time for another deep dive.
See ya!